Good morning, guys, and welcome to Tuesday, April 16th, 2024. As you can tell by the background, we this morning are talking about Isaac giving Jacob Esau's blessing rather than giving it to Esau because they fooled him. So, now let's get into the story. When Isaac was old, he could no longer see. He called to Esau and said to him, I am now an old man. Bring me some wild game to eat so that I may give you my blessing before I die. Now, Rebecca was listening. Rebecca, if we all remember, was Isaac's wife. When Esau left, Rebecca said to Jacob, listen carefully and do what I tell you. Bring me 2 young goats and I will prepare some tasty food and take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing. Jacob said to his mother, but my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I have smooth skin. What if father touches me? His mother said, just do what I say. Then she took the best clothes of Esau and put them on Jacob, covering his hands and his neck with goat skin. Then she handed the food and some bread that she had made to Jacob to take to his father he said, I am Esau, your firstborn. Jacob went to Isaac and touched him and said, the voice is that of Jacob, but the hand is that of Esau. Then Jacob said to him, come here, my son, and kiss me. So he went and kissed him, and when Isaac caught a small smell of his clothes, he blessed him. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because the blessing of his father was given unto him. Okay, so, wow, can you imagine a mother helping her son? I couldn't imagine me helping my youngest son. And don't get me wrong, he is, if y'all have seen him in any of my videos, me and him clowning, my husband, my husband truly hates taking us out in public sometimes because me and baby boy, he is going to be 19 in the month of May, and I will be 52 in the month of May. And we are complete clowns when we get together. Me and baby boy are complete clowns, and we have been known to embarrass my oldest son, my oldest daughter, my husband in public just because we are the goofiest two pairs of people when we get together. It is it is Ah, it is unbelievable some of the things me and this boy have done in public together. We are just so goofy. You can't help but to laugh when you're around us. And we are just by nature so goofy. But no mistake about it, I also love my oldest son. And I don't understand how people have, our mothers especially, have favorites among their children because you carried each one of them for the very least amount of time, between 7 and 8 months, at the very most between 9 and 9.5 months. And let me tell you something, my baby boy was born to the day a month earlier than his expected due date. And he has just been a complete goofball his entire life, his entire 19, almost 20 years. And me and him together from day one. We're just complete goofballs. But then my oldest son, he is he's a goofball, but he embarrasses a lot quicker and a lot easier than me and baby boy. And my husband embarrasses way faster than any of us. So, but I said all that to say this. First off, I have no favorites among my children. I love them all the same. I couldn't imagine, I couldn't see myself um, betraying my oldest son to fool my husband, to for my husband to give my youngest son his brother's blessing. I don't understand why they didn't both go for a blessing. They're twins, and though I get that Esau was born first, why not let him get the firstborn blessing and then have Isaac just bless him too? Father, give me a fatherly, you're leaving this world, I love you blessing. That would have been my thing. I mean, I get the birthright, and you want to carry on. You're both going to carry on the name of the family. You're both going to go on to do things. So, I mean, I guess because I live in modern times, I don't grasp the entire concept. But I would tell my sons today, one is 21, one's soon to be 20. They're a year and blah months apart. But here's the thing. I think they're like 13, 14 months apart or something. But here's the thing. Because I love them both, I would have them both go to their father if he was, at any time they want a blessing from their father. Just go ask him for it. I mean, I get the whole birthright thing, but also you could have just a fatherly "I love you" blessing. I could not. I'm looking at like Rebecca in the background of this picture, the Jacob's mother, and I just could not see me helping my son deceive my husband because I love my husband too much, and I wouldn't send him home under false pretenses. I couldn't let him die. I couldn't let him leave this world, leave this earth under the false notion. I'd be like, hey, 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 buddy, you firstborn the blessing wrong of the wrong one. I just couldn't see me letting in good conscience, I couldn't see me letting my husband pass knowing that, you know, there was deception in the family. And so then how does that carry on for the rest of what does that alter in the grand scheme of things? Because he blessed the wrong one with the firstborn blessing. So I mean I don't know. I really don't, but I just couldn't see me. That's crazy. I mean, as my husband's partner, as you would think that if his eyes had gone bad in his old age and he's getting ready to pass, you're his partner. You have become his eyes and his ears. Let me tell you, in my family, I am my husband's partner. I mean, when you marry, you become one flesh unto God, and it's like I am his partner. There's I am his lookout. If he misses something, I point it out. You know, if he needs encouragement, I encourage him. I don't deceive him. I don't. How can you deceive and carry on in life like nothing's happened? You got to wonder what the ramifications of that was for Rebecca. Did she end up going to hell? Because the Bible tells us that bearing false witness and lying lips is an abomination unto God. And basically, what she did was she took her son, and then the Lord says, you know, woe unto those who take one of these small ones from us. And though Isaac or um, though Jacob wasn't a small one as far as he wasn't a child, he was her child, and so she led him and helped him in bearing false witness, and she helped him in deceiving her husband, his father. So, I mean, this goes way, way deeper than just, hey, I want a blessing. This is your mother helping you to bear false witness. This is your mother pulling you away from manly, godly things. This is your father uh, um, giving you some. I don't even know how you could receive that, because um, that which is cursed, which you presenting as a lie, cannot be blessed to start with. So that which is cursed can't be blessed. So again, I'm reading right now the gist of the story, which is out of the children's NIV. So for the full story in its entirety, go read Genesis chapter 27. Uh, Jacob gets Isaac's blessing. And, come back and let me know what you think about that. Because, I mean, this goes just way, if you give it the thought in which it deserves, this goes way further than just, hey, you know, I got something you didn't get. Nah, this is like, I stole something that in our father's last few moments. Well, I mean, let's just say, because I don't really know. Maybe Isaac like blessed him and passed right away that second. But here's the thing: if you wanted to share in those last few moments with your father or your husband, oh, excuse me, why would you not just stand there and bask in the glory of your brother getting blessed? Put your hands on your father, give him a hug, give him a kiss, give him a hey, this is me. Please acknowledge me being here with you before you pass. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been like a credit hog, so I don't really get the whole concept of people who just need to me all the time. Um, I have no problem doing something anonymously because it's not about me. It's about the Lord thy God. And that's why, even in these videos, I have decreased my camera size and I hide my camera angle so you can just get the voice. Because, first off, I don't want you feeling like you have to sit down to watch these videos. That's why we get a still background, because I want you to be able to hear these videos, learn from these videos, and do other things as you go along. Because, hey, I'm a wife, I'm a mother. I understand we have to get the kids ready for school, or we have to, do laundry, or we have to cook breakfast, or make lunch, or whatever it is you're doing while you're listening to these videos. I also understand that you can learn and absorb knowledge while you're in the midst of doing other things. I do it all the time, being a wife and a mother, and I'm a stay at home provider for my family. So I understand. Right now, I have Jesse Duplantis on in the background, and as I'm giving y'all your message and your lesson from him, I'm getting my message and my lesson. And I'm doing that, and that's just how it is. I mean, we as women, we are built to multitask. That's why we can have more than one child and take care of them. And it's funny because I'm going to say this and I might get a little backlash, but that's okay. You ever notice when a guy has a job, it's one job? If he goes out to, like when he goes to work, he does one job. He does one job, whatever his job is. If he's a janitor, he cleans. If he's a cook, he cooks. If he's Doctor, he fixes this. You know what I'm saying? He does one job. He does one job. He has one title. But a mother, she is a maid, she is a cook, she is a janitor, she is a referee, she is a doctor, she is a nurse, she is a counselor, she is, you know what I'm saying? We do all things when it comes to our children. And then we are all things to our husband as well. So, I mean, we wear many hats and we cover many fields, and we do not do it for the currency of this world, which is money, which is paper money, coin money, gold or silver. And rarely do we get to indulge in an off day, a vacation, or a sick day. And I'll be honest with you, I've never really needed to. Now, I've never really needed a sick day. Vacations are nice, a break from the same routine day after day, week after week, month after month. But I can honestly say, in my children's growing up, rare was a sick day. Rare was a sick day. Um, I remember, and my son, I'll just take my son's childhood, the one that's 19, about to be 20. In his childhood of 18 years, I remember maybe two, three sick days. Um, but I don't get sick. I don't get sick because I don't accept that in my life. Sickness is of the devil, because Satan comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and he uses sickness very well as a kill and destroy, and to make you miserable. And I just don't accept that when it comes. I don't claim it. So there's that. But again, because Isaac was old and blind and on his way out, and they deceived him. I just don't understand how the mother. I mean, I understand loving my son and wanting great things for him, but not enough. I can't imagine wanting something so great for him from my own husband. Because what a lot of people fail to realize is your husband over your children. Your husband, the Bible tells us, spouse, then children, spouse, child, because your spouse came before your child. And your children will be gone and your spouse will still be there. So you are to cling unto your spouse. You become one flesh with your spouse, not with your children. And the world, the earthly realm has made it to where, you pick your children over your spouse, and that's not what the Bible tells us. Sorry, being nosy about something. But anyway, that's not what the Bible tells us. The Bible does not tell us in any way, shape, or form that we leave our parents and cling onto our children. It's not what it says. The Bible tells us that we are to leave our parents and cling onto our spouse, and we are to become one flesh with our spouse. And we will have our spouse before we have children, and then we will have our spouse after we have children, because our children will leave us and go cling on to their spouses. And so then you are left with your spouse. So I just want to know how she's leaving, how she's letting her spouse leave this world, knowing it's under deception. But go read that for yourselves and come to your own conclusion. That's Genesis 27, where Jacob gets Isaac's blessing. So, moving right along to today's wisdom verse, First Peter 4 and 10. Excuse me. God has given each of us a gift from his great variety of supernatural gifts. Use them well to serve one another. So God gives us great gifts, and we are to use them in the service of each other, not to make ourselves famous, not to make ourselves, great in God's eyes. But here's what I've always found, that if you want to make yourself great in God's eyes, serve his people, heal his people, touch his people, let him shine through you, and people will recognize you. I've never had a moment where I've needed someone to recognize me ever. I have no problem doing things anonymously. I have no problems um, doing things in such a manner that you never even knew where it came from other than God. If God told me right now, go, and I've done this, to put something on somebody's doorstep and walk away, they don't need to know who it came from. I've had stuff put on my doorstep that is freely given for people to freely come and get, and I never once gone to my door and said, "Oh, hey, this is mine. I'm letting y'all have it because, I feel like y'all should have it. And by the way, my name is so and so, and I just want you to know that it was me that put this out there for you." I've never had the me complex. I've never had I don't, you know. I get the whole concept of it's not about me. It's never going to be about me. And I'm okay with that. I don't need it to be about me, because in the end, if something goes wrong, it wasn't about me. So there's the flip side of that. But everything I do here, I build up credit for in heaven. So I don't need recognition here, because I'm going to get my reward when I go home. And that's what it's really all about for me. Is putting credit in that credit store and that bank, which is in heaven. All right, guys, I'm going to go edit this for you. Again, if you're interested in knowing the whole story of Jacob stealing Isaac's blessing for the firstborn, then go over to Genesis 27 and read that for yourself. Now, keep in mind, this evening's questions and lesson will be based on this morning's video. I can't stress that enough. I know I'm preaching to the choir if you're sitting here watching this video, because a lot of people don't watch the video and then they go try to Google, or they go try to uh, Bible.com or whatever their answer. And then when they don't understand what the heck I'm talking about, because I didn't get what I'm telling you from straight from the original adult Bible, I got it from the children's Bible. They don't understand why their answer doesn't make sense to the questions. Again, I am reading from the children's NIV Bible. I'm reading from the children's Bible. And when you read from the children's Bible, it's always the gist of the story rather than the story in its entirety, because children have short attention spans, and so they just want to get right to the point without all the detail. Now, don't get me wrong, detail is great. I love the adult Bible as well. But I also like learning from the children's Bible, because the Lord says we are to enter the kingdom as these little ones. So I like seeing what they're learning, and I like learning what they're learning. All right, I am out. I love you in the grace of the Lord, and I will see you on Wednesday's video. Oh, also, right quick, we have dropped doing the 2 truth cards for right now, because I am doing other verses. So if you're paying attention to that, then that's why those have been missing for this week. Now today is just Tuesday. That's why it's a heads up, because I didn't post them yesterday. Also, right quick, I want to give um my condolences, I guess is the right word, to Jerry Savelle, Pastor Jerry Savelle's family. Jerry Savelle was a great man of God who passed on yesterday, went home to be with the Lord. He finished his course and he is now at home. his birthday is December. I want to say December the 24th. I forget what year. Siri, Jerry Savelle's birthday.
Jerry Savelle was born the 24th of December 1946.
Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but Jerry Savelle's birthday is December the 24th, 1946, and he passed on yesterday, which was April the 15th, 2024. So our hearts and thoughts go out to the family. Our prayers are with the family, but we all know he went home to be with the Lord. He finished his course. He was a great, great man of God, and he will continue to be a great, great man of God in heaven as he was on earth. And I'm sure now he is basking in the glory, doing much, much greater things. So, thank you for all you did here on this world, Jerry, and I hope to see you in the next. I never got a chance to meet you here, but I hope I get to meet you there. So, all right, guys, going on with your Tuesday. Have a great day, and I love you in the Lord, and I will see you guys on Wednesday on Wednesday's video. Have a great Tuesday.